Hey man, just give me a minute, alright?
Alright.
Barry? I thought. I'm okay. I'm gonna go take a shower. Let me enjoy this.
How's the shower, Barry?
It's refreshing.
I bet.
Yeah, I lost track of time after a certain point. And how long?
8 months. 8 months. We had a feud over, man.
I don't want to think about that too much right now. Why don't you tell me about your life?
Yeah, sure. It's been pretty good, honestly. Having the house to myself has been nice. I guess. Most of your stuff is still in your room, so, of course you're welcome to keep living here and all that.
Thanks. How'd you manage around without me? I can't count how many times I've had to cover for you.
8 times. So we're even. But you know how I was learning a little coding on the side?
Yeah.
I made a game. It went really well, actually, and it's actually about you, kinda.
What? Like you made a DoorDash driver simulation or something?
It's a horror game, based loosely on what happened to you.
Oh. Okay.
You want to play it?
It's on console?
I mean, I don't really know. It kind of blew up overnight.
Am I being kidnapped here?
It's not specifically you, it's a loose inspiration.
Alright.
Alright, so now you have to go around the woods and find the parts to beat the killer. It's pretty standard.
What does this have to do with me?
It's just where my mind went to. You being trapped out there alone. I thought you had died, so I don't know, I just put all my thoughts about it into the game and yeah.
I fell off a cliff and broke my phone. I wasn't fighting Slender Man.
I don't know, man. I was just trying to process my grief and this is just what popped up. I never imagined that you would actually be playing it and
You're good, man. I swear. It's a little weird for me, but if I ignore that it's supposed to be me,
loosely based on.
loosely based on me, but it's a fun game, man.
Damn. This is pretty surreal. I wanted to make something that I thought you would enjoy, so yeah, you say that? Damn.
What the hell is this?
What do you think it is?
You put this in?
Of course I put this in. This was my tribute to you.
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
No problem.
I do have to say, though, I'm a little confused. I feel like you could have just not told me any of the context with this being about me.
So, the thing is, when the game got popular, some guy on Reddit did a deep dive to theorize, and they linked it to your case.
So, what do you mean?
Here. This guy's been covering it for non-stop.
Welcome back, ladies and Gary. On tonight's episode of Crime Under the Covers, we check back in on a case very special to me, personally.
The game brought attention to your case, and I guess the true crime crowd latched onto it a little.
Why?
I don't know, it was sad. You were young, people got attached.
Barry Barhops was born to a loving family and spent his free time hanging out with his close friends. From the 2nd to 8th grade, he played on his school's soccer team. He was cited to be a great sport, sparking friendly rivalries and making sure everyone had fun. Special thanks to my Patreon subscriber. Love you, Gary. Wouldn't be here without you.
This is weird.
I can't imagine, dude. What do you think they're gonna say when they find out you're alive?
Are they really gonna care?
I mean, they've been talking about you for 8 months now. Of course they'll care.
Yeah, but this isn't even about me. It's a speculation based on your game, right?
It goes so much farther than that, man. Your family got thousands of dollars sent to them to aid in your search, and we even sent out search parties.
I don't like my family. Why'd the money go to them?
I mean, they tried really hard to find you when you first went missing. They even went on the news.
I haven't spoken to them.
In years. Also, what's with the soccer bit? Why are they focusing on that so much?
Soccer's cool. I didn't even know you played until after all this stuff.
I was 13 when I stopped. It doesn't even matter that much. It's hardly how I want to be remembered.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it helped them root for you.
What exactly were they rooting for me to do? Not be dead?
I mean, in that case, it worked out.
This is just weird.
Sorry, man. I can't imagine what this is like.
You're good. I'm just gonna think this over for a bit.
Alright, well, if you need anything, man, just remember I'm right next door. And let me know whatever I can do to help.
Thanks, man.
While there isn't much evidence for what happened on that fateful night, here is what we do know. Barry was most likely taking a hike or a jog like he normally would. At this point, we can only theorize. The most likely of these is presented in the instant horror classic, A Jog at Nighttime. Barry was abducted by a strange figure that seemed to have been stalking him for some time. Barry underwent various forms of torture. From the in-game model, it implies he had his fingernails removed, as well as being covered in scrapes and bruises. Barry was then dumped onto the side of the large woods near his hometown, where he was then hunted for sport by this sick and twisted individual. The game takes a symbolic approach with his appearance, a clear exaggeration, but still one that provides insight to the fear that Barry must have felt that night. that permeating idea that he would never leave those woods alive. We can't know what Barry was thinking in the woods that night. His life flashing before his eyes. Friends, family, saw all those soccer games. It's important to remember that this is all just a theory. So I'd like to now open up the phone to anyone that would like to pitch their ideas.
Hi, yes, love the show. Just wanted to call in to theorize. What if he just went out there himself to, end it?
We can't rule anything out. We do know that Barry had his demons. His high school sweetheart specifically mentioned that he had a bout with depression in 2020. Could it have reared his ugly head once more, one final time?
Bang!
Shit, man. What the fuck? We just got you back.
Yeah, hey, I found a missing person. Yeah, they're just laying in an alleyway on a bunch of trash bags. Yeah, they've been murdered. Okay, I'll wait here.
4 months after the discovery of Barry Barhops' body, I'd like to revisit this case one more time to open up the phone and ask your thoughts on this tragic story.
Hi there. Love the content, but I have to say that I find it pretty gross that you would even imply that Barry's fate was self-inflicted, since we now know that he was murdered.
I never meant to imply that per se,
But even giving that idea any platform was extremely messed up. Besmirching a good, honest man like that with no real evidence?
no, that wasn't.
He strayed far from home,
Way too far.
not knowing what he'd find. He fell off a cliff
Pretty hard.
and lost all direction. They searched many months,
8 months.
hoping he'd survive. He ate many things
Many things.
that shouldn't be digested. Having thought him dead, they told stories of his tale, fighting man and beast to escape from his jail. Even though his prison was actually self-made, the people they rooted for him all just the same. Narrative of a dead man, your tales have impact. Narrative for a dead man, could your psyche stay intact? He ran to find his freedom and headed for Costco. He caught up with his longtime friend and found he still had a home. He saw how they marveled at his foolish blunder, how he was remembered, had torn his world asunder. Fearing how they react to the news of his life, he faced his prison and jogged with all of his might. He went to the precipice and turned back around. However, he would never realize death was all he found. Narrative for a dead man, does life affect legend? Narrative for a dead man, rebirth means starting again. Narrative for a dead man, does life affect legend? Narrative for a dead man, rebirth means starting again.